Good afternoon, everyone. So, the last class, what did we see? We saw e procurement. What is e procurement? Do you remember? So, I asked the questions, and most of you have answered well. What is e procurement? Just revise it looking at your notes. Okay. So, e procurement is nothing but it is the transactions, different types of transactions that had been taken place between two business organization. Okay, between any business organization. Okay, that all the transaction that takes place is called e procurement. And the next one is e payment system. Okay, so this particular term is very much familiar for all of us. So e payment system. Okay, what is e payment system? Just look at the definition. Electronic payments involve a payer and a payee. A payer is nothing but the buyer or the customer. Okay, and payee is the seller or the merchant, the businessman, one who is selling you the product. Okay, so these are the important entities. Entities means the things that involved in e-payment. A payer is an entity who makes payment. A payee is an entity who receives payment. The main purpose of an electronic payment protocol is to transfer monetary value from the payer to the payee. The process also involves a financial institution. So, the payer buys a product, okay, from a particular organization, and he is paying for that particular product to the payee. Okay, how he is paying the amount for what he is buying? So through a financial institution. So financial institution is nothing but it is the bank. Okay, next one, steps involved in payment system. So there are different steps involved in payment system. So already I told you what are the entity, payer and payee. Okay, so the card holder. So usually pay எப்படி பண்றோம் online payment, we will do it with a credit card or debit card or stored card or e-check or e-wallet. So in any one of this form only we will be paying our payment through online. Okay, so we need to have different entities that involves in this particular process. So understanding how an electronic payment works can get technical. Okay, since there are a lot of moving parts. Here's a breakdown of a main participants required for an electronic payment transaction. Okay, the first one is card holder. So card holder, who is the card holder? The buyer or the payer. Okay, is identified as the customer who purchases the product or service online. Okay, so all you people are card holder or the payer. Okay, so you buy different things online, no? So you buy your dress materials, you might buy mobile phone, or you buy anything or through online. Okay, so all of you are called buyer or card holder or payer. The second one is the merchant. Merchant is a business organization or the person one who is selling you the product. So merchant, seller or payee is the person or a business that sells goods and services to the cardholder. Issuer. So issuer is a financial institution that provides the cardholder with the payment card. This is usually the cardholder's bank. Okay, suppose if you are having a credit card or debit card, okay, so that particular card may be provided to you through a particular bank, maybe ICICI or State Bank or Indian Bank or HDFC, so any bank. So the financial institution to which the person getting his card, okay, credit card or debit card, no, that particular financial institution is called issuer. Okay, and at the other side, at the side of business people or the person one who is selling, he also may be having an account. Okay, he is getting the amount from you and he has to store it in some account, so he has to be connected to some other financial institution. So that in financial institutions are called acquirer or merchant account provider. Okay, so we know card holder, that is the payer. Payer means one who is buying. Then merchant, seller or the person one who is selling, that is payee. Issuer is the financial institution connected with the buyer. Acquirer is the financial institution connected with the seller. So the payment process handles the official transaction between the card holder and the merchant. So we have different payment process. The payment gateway process merchant payment message and uses security protocol and encryption to ensure transactions safely. So many of you have paid your maybe for your exam or if buying things, you would have paid through a debit card or credit card. So what you will do, you have to select the type of card through which you are going to pay for the particular product, and you have to select the bank which provided the particular card, and you have to enter the PIN number. Okay, so when you are entering the PIN number, your transaction will be connected to that particular bank. Then the amount will be transferred from your account to the payee's account, that is seller's account. Okay, so the diagram says, just look at the diagram, payer, payee, acquirer, issuer. Okay, so payer is connected with the financial institution, that is issuer. So payer has the account in the bank, that particular bank is called issuer. Payee has an account in a bank, that bank is called acquirer. Okay, so once the payer, okay, so gets a product from the payee, that is the buyer is buying a particular product from the seller. Okay, the seller sends you the invoice. Okay, invoice means the amount for what how much you have bought the particular product. Okay, so after receiving the invoice, what you will do, you will connect to your financial institutions and you ask your financial institution to transfer the money from your account to the seller's account. Okay, so when you are sending your amount to the seller's account, the bank or the financial institution which has the seller's account will receive your amount and they will do the transaction, needed transaction. So that particular institution is called acquirer. Okay, I hope you will understand the diagram. Okay, now do you understand who is the card holder, merchant, issuer, acquirer, and do you understand the process between this payer and payee? Okay, so now we are going to see different types of payment transactions. Okay, there are different types of transactions: one time customer to a vendor payment, recurring customer to a vendor payment, automatic bank to a vendor payment. So three types of e-payment transactions. So one time customer to vendor payment. So we only one time we will buy from that particular merchant or particular seller. Okay, so we buy a particular product. You won't buy that particular product regularly or often from that particular person or particular seller. Any one time only you will buy a particular product. Okay, so this is commonly used when you shop online at the e-commerce site such as Amazon. You click on the shopping cart icon, type in your credit card information and click on the checkout button. The site processes your credit card information and sends you the email notifying that your payment was received. On some websites, you can use e-check instead of credit card. So, to pay by e-check, you type in your account number and your bank routing number. Okay. So, the vendor is the seller, authorizes payment through the customer's bank, which then either initiates the electronic fund transfer or prints a check and mail to a vendor. So, after paying, so there will be a bill or a print. Okay, so or mail. So, it will be sent back to you that they have received a payment from your particular bank. Okay, and bank also gives you some SMS. So, your account is credited with so much amount. Okay. So, any one time only you will buy from that particular vendor. So, the second type is recurring customer to a vendor payment. So, recurring means often every month or every 15 days or every year if you want to pay something, suppose your EB bill or if you are joining in a school, you are paying for the school. So, the school fees is paid by you every month. So, if you are paying something regularly, between a particular time period, then it is called recurring customer to a vendor payment. So, when you pay a bill through a regularly scheduled direct debit from your checking account or an automatic charge to your credit card, This type of payment plan is commonly offered by the car insurance company, phone companies and loan management companies. Some long-term contracts requires this type of automated payment schedule. Okay. That is the second type. So, recurring customer to vendor payment. And the third type is automatic bank to the vendor payment. Okay. So, when you are buying something, you will give even within 5 installment, I will complete this loan or a amount. So, amount for which the amount you have bought something. So, you will give a check, 5 checks will be given. So, every month at 5, date 5 or date 10th, okay, amount will be credited from your account. Okay. So, that is called automatic bank to a vendor. Okay, that is online bill payment. So, these three types of transaction, e-payment transaction. Okay. And the next one is methods of electronic payment system. One of the most popular payment form of online is credit card and debit card. So, online payment nale nama either credit card or debit card la da nama enna pannuvom pay pannuvom. Besides them, there are also alternative payment methods such as bank transfers. So, bank to bank also we can transfer the fund, electronic wallet, smart card or Bitcoin wallet. So, Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, okay. So, it is a most popular cryptocurrency. So, e-payment method could be classified into two areas, credit payment and cash payment. Okay, e-payment, it can be a credit payment or a cash payment. Okay, so credit payment means through a credit card, e-wallet or a smart card. Okay, so these three things will come under credit payment. So, credit card, you know, some bank will give you a credit card. So, the credit card amount may be 50,000 or 25,000 or 1 lakh, okay, according to the ability. So, the points you have, they will give the credit card. So, it is like a loan. So, instead of giving a loan, they are giving you the credit card. You can use your credit card to buy, you can pay for any product or anything which you want, okay. So, you are paying for all that you want through a credit card, okay. And every month you have to pay for that particular loan with some interest, okay. Every month you have to pay for the credit card, okay. So, you can spend, so every month there will be a cash limit in the credit card. You can spend the credit card up to that particular cash limit and that cash has to be repaid by you, okay. Every month you have to pay that particular amount to the bank. So, that is credit card, a form of the payment e-payment system which requires the use of card issued by the financial institute to the cardholder for making payments online and through the electronic device without the use of cash. So, what you will do? You will use the card and you will put it inside the electronic device. So, card reader will be there, no? Swiping machines or any card reader you can see in many shops. So, credit card will be inserted in that particular electronic devices and your card will be read and your bill will be paid through that. And the next one is e-wallet, a form of prepaid account, okay, prepaid account that stores users' financial data, okay, like debit and credit card informations to make an online transaction easier. So, e-wallet, it will be kept in the online, okay. When you have created your e-wallet, so e-wallet can be created using different apps, okay. You can create your e-wallet and your account number will be connected, okay. You can go and open and see and you can see your account details, how much of debit you have, how much of credit you have, and that is called e-wallet. So, it is a website or an app, it is an app. Smart card, a plastic card with a microprocessor that can be loaded with funds to make transactions, also known as chip card, okay. So, smart card, a chip will be inserted and it is a microprocessor. So, it does the same thing of your credit card, okay, but it has a microprocessor in addition. So, this is smart card. Okay, these three are, what is that? These three are credit payment system. Okay, next we are going for cash payment system. So, that is debit card, through a debit card, through a e-check and stored value card. So, these three things will come under cash payment system. So, debit card, you know, so we will have our own account, okay. So, credit card is like a loan. They are giving the loan already. You are using that loan amount and you have to pay that loan amount every year, every month. Whereas debit card, you have the amount in your account, okay, and you take the amount little by little and you pay for your online issues. So when you take your money through a debit card, and you can also pay through a debit card. And the next one, e-check. So instead of giving a debit card, you can also provide a e-check through the online. So the model of e-check is given. Okay. So a digital signature has to be placed in the e-check. Okay. And the stored value card. So stored value card is a card with a certain amount of money that can be used to perform transactions in the issuer store. Okay. So one who is issuing, எந்த financial institution issue பண்ணுறாங்களோ அவங்ககிட்ட என்ன பண்ணலாம், அவங்ககிட்டயே நீ என்ன பண்ணலாம், you can pay for some of the amount. A typical example of stored value cards are gift card. Gift card எல்லாம் கொடுக்குறாங்க இல்லையா, so the gift card will come under stored value card. Do you understand? There are two methods of e-payment. One is cash payment, another one is credit payment. Credit payment la credit card. What are the things comes under credit payment? Credit card, e-wallet, smart card. In cash payment, you have debit card, e-check and stored value card. Okay. So now you know the advantages and disadvantages of the electronic payment. So you know it very well. Time saving. So amount நம்ம வந்து அந்த கடையில் போய் வாங்குறதுக்கு பதிலாக எல்லாமே ஆன்லைன்லேயே நம்ம பண்ணலாம். Sitting at a home also you can do your transactions. So time saving. Expense control. So you can compare the values and you can select the product which you want to pay. Okay, so that is expense. You can control your expense, reduce risk of loss and theft. So when you're taking and going, if it is a very large amount, if you're taking and going your money out, so you have to fear, you have to be frightened of whether the money will be stolen by the thief. So theft and loss can be avoided. So everything is done online. So in the time of corona, so the corona viruses are spreading through the money they are telling. So it is better to avoid cash transactions, always to have a online transactions. Okay, because cash is going through different people, so it is capable of carrying the coronavirus. Because of that, they are advising you not to use the cash transactions, go for online transactions. Okay, then user friendly, it is more user friendly. So user can go through the websites and according to their need they can select and pay it, and it is available 24/7. So convenience, at all transfer can be performed at any time anywhere. So it's enough to have a access to the internet. Internet இருந்தால் போதும், எப்போ வேணாலும் எங்கே வேணாலும் வாங்கலாம், எப்போ வேணாலும் பே பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஸோ நீ நைட் டீ பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கிற, ஒரு 12 o'clock வந்து உன்னோட டிவி ரீசார்ஜ் முடிஞ்சு போயிடுச்சு, உன்னோட சப்போஸ் டாடா ஸ்கை ஆர் எனி டிவி சேனல்ஸ் your account is closed. So what you will do, even if it is 11 o'clock, you can recharge your TV or your mobile. So your pack is getting over, you can recharge it wherever you are at any time. So these are the advantages of e-transactions, e-payments, not transactions, e-payments. And the disadvantage of e-payment is restrictions. So every card, a credit card or debit card, it has a cash limit. So more than that you cannot pay. That is the restrictions. The risk of being hacked. Okay, if you are taking a common gateway to pay your amount like Google Pay, Paytm, all those things, okay, so that may be under the risk always. Lack of anonymity, the information about all the transactions are available online. So whatever transaction you are doing, the amount of money you have, your account status, how much balance you have, how much you have paid for different people, everything can be seen easily. It can be hacked from you. So lack of anonymity, the necessity of internet access, and it is very important, unless and until you have a internet access you cannot do the e-payment, and these are the disadvantage. Okay, so this is very easy to understand. Hope you will understand this topic very easily. Okay, so e-payment, do you understand now? So I am sending it little late today. Okay, you go through nicely. So next week I will ask you questions. Go through it, listen and write your notes neatly. Thank you, girls.